What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we've got two first impressions in this video. I felt it would be best to go ahead and do them together. I debated on doing separate videos, but I've got a decant sent over by my good friend Miss Heather for the new Tom Ford Eau d'Ombre Leather, which I'm very excited to try out. And then Authenticity Perfumes sent me their newest fragrance called Berry Lush, which I would assume is based around some sort of purple mixed berry of some kind, maybe raspberry and other things. I don't know, just based on the name and the color. Have not seen a single note breakdown. I've seen the Tom Ford note breakdown before, I just don't remember it. I'm a big fan of ombre leather and ombre leather parfum, so I have high hopes for both because they usually deliver, and typically so does Tom Ford. So I'm gonna give them a spray, see what I think they smell like. We'll cross-reference them with the notes on Parfumo, and we'll give them a rating. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to start with Tom Ford's Eau d'Ombre Leather. Now, the only person I've seen say anything about this, I've been avoiding everything, was I saw Justin do a first impressions shorts video, and the only thing I retained from it is that it lacks presence, was what he said. So, I don't know, we'll see, because I love Justin, but boy, when it comes to designers, we're very different. It's got to be really special for Justin when it comes to designers. I like a wider range of designers, more basic fragrances, basic bro fragrances as he calls them, I guess you could say. So I don't know. Maybe I'll feel the same way because we do see eye to eye on a lot of fragrances. But I kind of wish I wouldn't have seen that because now I have a lower expectation going into this one because I was really excited about it. But he seemed pretty unimpressed. And I can usually take what Justin says to the bank. So I don't know. We'll see. We're going to give it two good sprays on the hand. I don't even smell anything out in the air. That might be what he's referring to. Okay, I got a little hint of something there. A little bit of spice. That's familiar. That is familiar. That's like really familiar. Oh, up close. Lacks presence, really. Disagree. It's like got a firewood type of thing going here, like a slightly charred piece of wood. As strange as that may sound, that's immediately what I'm thinking of. Okay. It's more of like a black leather accord, a little bit of a charred wood smell, like smoked wood. Maybe like a hefty dose of Gaiac wood or something. I don't even know if that's a note in here, but just trying to relate the accords that I'm smelling to potential notes in the profile. This is not what I thought it was going to smell like. I was assuming something a bit fresher. Because why would all three ombre leather versions be on the slightly heavier side? And don't get me wrong, there's an airiness to this, but it's still a darker profile. So it's not something I would want to wear in the heat. Indoors, sure. I will say this, it's not as good as the previous two versions of ombre leather. It doesn't give me all the feels that I get from that. I'm a little perplexed on what the notes might be. So all I get really is like this black leather accord and this charred, lightly smoked wood smell. A little hint of spice. Outside of that, it's kind of more of a guessing game than I would like it to be. But I mean, it's not a bad thing. But yeah, it doesn't captivate me the way the slightly floral and fresh tone of ombre leather parfum, and of course ombre leather eau de parfum, that's a modern classic, damn near a leather masterpiece, dare I say. I don't know, let's fire up the laptop. Let me open this bad boy up and let's pull up Parfumo and see what the notes say. Cue the SpongeBob transition.
1 minute 37 seconds later.
All right, here we go. Eau d'Ombre Leather on Parfumo. I like the bottle, I do. 8.1 out of 10 for 34 ratings, so people are liking it. Leathery, sweet, creamy, spicy, synthetic. We got coriander, cardamom, ginger. More spice than I even considered it might have. There's an obvious spiciness, but I don't think it's over the top spicy. Like it's even ranked as the fourth accord here, but when you see this top note breakdown, you would think it's immensely spicy, and no, it's not. Vanilla, saffron, leathery notes, tonka bean, patchouli, amber, cedarwood, cypriol, sandalwood. So why am I getting this charred wood smell? We got clear woody notes here with cedarwood, sandalwood. Saffron can intensify that leather. It could be spicy. It could be ambery. Hell, it could even have a little bit of a smoky nuance. The leathery notes, whatever's creating the leather accord, definitely has something smoky in that, because there's no leather oil, for those of you unfamiliar. It's just a collection of notes to create a leather accord. So something in this leathery notes accord that they're listing is definitely on the smoky side. I'm reminded of slight elements of like Pacha de Cartier Noir Absolu. No, not the same. That's a deeper fragrance. That's richer. That's sweeter than this. But that charred, dark, burnt wood element is what I'm getting here as well. With like this black leather accord, it's really standing out that way. It's a little bit sweeter. There's a little bit of creaminess starting to seep in a little. It is getting much creamier, actually. It's almost a drastic change from the slight dryness to how creamy it's becoming. It's getting better by the moment, I gotta say. I think this is one I'd like to add to the collection. I think this is an 8 out of 10. This is a great fragrance. I like to be my own judge. Because again, Justin kind of detoured me a little bit when he said it lacked presence. And I was like, ooh, that's not a good start. I wish I wouldn't have heard that. And it's not affecting what I think here and now. But I do take his opinion seriously. That's the only other opinion I value as much as my own when it comes to fragrance. No offense to any of my other friends. It's just Justin never steers me wrong, you know. And I'm not saying he steered me wrong here. This is just how it comes across to him. I like this. Have a feeling if as he spends more time with it, he'll probably like this too. He probably already has. It's been a couple of weeks since I saw that. I'm going to have to ask him next time I talk to him. I like it. I think it's an 8 out of 10. I'm definitely going to get a 50 ml at some point. I would like to have it for this fall. So sooner than later. I would say within the next month or so. Month to 2 months. I'm going to grab a 50 ml of this. Yeah. Eau d'Ombre leather. 8 out of 10. Now we're going to slide on into Authenticity's Berry Lush. Let me go ahead and cut the seal on the bottle, on the box, I mean, technically, because they've recently changed their presentations, even dyed the juice purple. Okay, I like it. Let me get my hand out the way so you can see. Purple tone to the juice. I'm with it. Berry Lush. All right. Okay, atomizers lined up. We'll go 2 good sprays. I'm expecting fruity and fun. Maybe woodsy and fruity to give a little bit of depth and a, sturdier base to the notes to make it really good for the fall season that's upcoming. That's just my gut. I haven't smelled it yet. I'm not breathing through my nose. Let's see. Is that rose? It still manages to be fresh, but it's very, very like rich. Heavy oil concentration. It usually does 50%. I'm sure this is 50% as well. It's like berry and rose. But Turkish rose, like a fresh rose. Not the usual. Normally, with sweeter notes like this, you would see a Bulgarian rose, typically, which is going to be a thicker, heavier rose. The jammy rose thing I talk about. Very thick rose smell. This is a fresh rose. Okay, it's a little powdery. I think this is perfectly unisex. It does lean just a touch feminine, I gotta say, so be mindful of that. It's not the most masculine of fellas. It's not a man's man type of profile. This is a fun fragrance. This is nothing serious. This is not something I would wear to work as a guy. This is something for a fun night out, for a casual day running around. When you just want to smell a little different, something a little fun, that's really a joy to smell. But I would say this does lean a tick feminine. I would say, my wife's going to steal this. I already know where this is going. She's going to love this. This is fruity floral, but not typical like the fruity florals you get from the designers like the YSLs and stuff like that. Or like Tiger Lily, the newest Flower Bomb fragrance, which my wife loves. That's got more of a tropical feel to it. This is like not quite raspberry, but like mixed berry. pomegranate, raspberry, strawberry, maybe a little bit of grape. Like, I'm thinking purples and reds. Because I just think mixed berry when I read the name, when I look at the color scheme, when I smell the fragrance, I'm thinking mixed berries. This is a fun one. Okay, let me pull up Authenticity's website.
More moments later.
Okay, Berry Lush. So the 50 ml is $44.40 before the 10% off down in the description. Let's see. A fragrance that celebrates the beauty of berries, combining their juicy freshness with warm, luxurious undertones for a scent that's truly unforgettable. It is a fun fragrance, I gotta say. Introducing Berry Lush, an irresistible blend that captures the essence of a sun-drenched berry harvest. Imagine the succulent sweetness of blackberry, blueberry, and strawberry. So it is purples and red. Okay. Elevated by the crisp notes of juniper berry and zesty lemon, a heart of juicy grapes, pomegranate, and blackcurrant, so it does have grape and pomegranate too. Tropical pineapple adds a mouth-watering twist, while a base of spicy cloves, velvety vanilla, and warm sandalwood and essential musk. There's no rose. It smells like... What is making me think Turkish rose here then? It smells like Turkish rose and berries. Spicy cloves, really? I would have never guessed cloves. Maybe later in the dry down, but not right now. I'm kind of thrown for a loop here. How is there no rose? It's getting juicier though as it's settling down. It is actually getting fresher and juicier. It is pretty damn good, but I could have swore there was rose in here. It smelled like a soft, fresh Turkish rose, a little touch of powder. I do still get a little touch of powder. I'm so surprised. Huh. I could have swore. It smells like rose to me. Now, I don't think it's better than the new Summer Vibes. The newest Summer Vibes is so wearable. It's a freshie meets an everyday woody aromatic. It's got some density with all the freshness you expect from Summer Vibes. So I think that's a better, well-rounded fragrance. I think this is a bit more targeted because it's just a fun fragrance. But it's still a great fragrance. Man, I'm really torn on what to give because it's based on just my feelings and first thoughts on scent alone. That's what my first impressions rating are. They're all usually different from what a full review rating would be because that encompasses categories of scent and subcategories through performance and all that good stuff to make a cumulative score. This is just scent alone, early stages, obviously not through the full wearing and deep dry down or anything like that. I can't get away from 8 out of 10 for this one. Both of them are 8 out of 10s in this video. Very different fragrances. Wow, are these different. Eau d'Ombre Leather and Berry Lush. Very, very different. It's just the right amount of powder. Soft, fresh powder. Fresh is such a good word for this. It's fresher than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a heavier fragrance than this. It's very airy. And that clean musk that he likes to use, he uses it in most of his fragrances now. It's a good move. It really is a good musk note. Super, super clean. Any of you that don't like the dirty musks, the heavy creamy musks, anything animalic, nah, not this clean white musk that he likes to use in these fragrances. Berry Lush is definitely an 8 out of 10. This is one that's worth giving a shot. Again, I don't think it's better than any of the Summer Vibes fragrances, but I would take this over Barbershop. It's just so fun and so different. And that pains me to say because I think his Barbershop fragrance is one of the best Barbershop fragrances I've ever smelled. Very realistic to like Barbasol lathering foam and a little bit of the leather nuance. So you get a little bit of the spicy aftershave smell, but it's more about like shaving cream than anything else. He really has a great lineup. Berry Lush is one worth checking out. Again, not going to be for everybody. Does lean a little feminine. I could have swore there was rose in here. Apparently there is not. But it is a fruity, fresh, fun, clean, soft and powdery fragrance. 8 out of 10. That's my initial impressions on the new Tom Ford Eau d'Ombre Leather and the new Authenticity Berry Lush. Both very good. That is actually great. Hence the 8 out of 10s. I will be getting a 50 ml of Eau d'Ombre Leather at some point in the next month or so. I want it for this fall and winter. Even though it may only get worn 2, maybe 3 times, I still want to have it for that. Now, granted, I got plenty to do that here, but I want to add it. Some of you get it. I just want to add it to the collection. And Berry Lush, again, no going into it. It's not the most masculine of fellas, but it is a fun one. Fun one. I still can't believe there's no rose in here. I could swear there's a soft Turkish rose in here. I'm just... Sonny, if you happen to see this, let me know. Am I crazy and you're just not listing it? Is there a little bit of a Turkish rose oil in here? Or is it just... It's just me and it's just the way I'm interpreting it. I don't know, but... pretty damn good. So I'll try to have links below. It's probably going to be retail store links. A retail store link for Eau d'Ombre leather. I don't think it's at any discounters yet. And then Berry Lush, I'll have the link to Authenticity with a 10% off code down below if you're interested in checking it out. But if nothing else, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you can catch the next video when it comes out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.